Let us talk about Ade Shembaye, especially the one worn by Alaafin of Oyo. Very notable on the crown of the Alaafin is the cursed Oshe and the birds. Oshe Shango here pays necessary homage to Shango, the Yoruba orisa of lightning and thunder. Also the Yoruba orisa of the operatings of fire and all that is related to it. Shango is the first irumole of every Alaafin of Oyo. Of course, after Orunmila, Ifa, the orisa of wisdom. Baba mi agboniregun, Okbe, igi irada, atunre eni ti o sunwon se. But in this video, I want us to focus on the birds on that crown. Why the birds? What do they signify? To fully grasp this, we must examine how linked the Eye is to Osun, Aje, and women in general. This is a very deep study. One of the many oriki of Osun is Amawomawo, ẹni tó mọ awo tí ó rò nítorí ọbẹ̀ kì í mì níkùn àgbà, ẹni tó ń ṣawo tó sì mọ̀ pé wíwo lẹ́nu awo ń wo. One of the reasons why it is called awo is because the information that is going to be revealed to you are deep stuffs, things that require discretion, so you don't spill anyhow. But a study of what awo is an entire one on its own, so that is going to be a story for another day. Amawomaro ni Ọ̀ṣun ń ṣe. Ọ̀kan nínú àwọn awo tí Ọ̀ṣun sì mọ̀ tí ó rò lẹ́yìn ògbóni òun náà ní ti àjẹ́. Ọ̀ṣun mọ awo tó pọ̀ gan. This is why I said in one of my videos in the past that Ọ̀ṣun is one of the most powerful of all orisa in Yoruba land. It isn't a competition thing. It is just that irumole is so important, so major, that we find her in almost every awo. Ọ̀ṣun penetrates into almost every deep concept of the Yoruba. I wish we can talk about that on a deeper level now, but that will distract us from what we are here to talk about, the birds on the crown of the Alaafin. But by the way, it is not uncommon to see comb in the charm clothes of powerful men. That comb there is a homage to Osun. Osun lolo yaiyun. Oya is comb. When you see feathers of the red parrot on the heads of priests or kings, that is also a symbol of Osun. That's a symbolic referencing of Osun. Kò fẹ́ sí awo tọ́ṣun ò mọ̀, nítorí kò fẹ́ sí òrìṣà tọ́ṣun ò fẹ́. But like I said, these are very long stories in Odu Ifa. They are called Ifa ńláńlá, so we need to farabalẹ̀ study them. Back to our main matter. Osun is often recognized as Alábíamọ tí ń ṣolórí àwọn àjẹ́, influencing why àjẹ́ are called Ìyàmí, àwọn màámi, the powerful mothers. Osun herself is an Alábíamọ òrìṣà, the òrìṣà in charge of sexual potency, biological reproduction, and multiplication. The òrìṣà in charge of feminine beauty and seductive power. The giver and protector of children. Osun is the embodiment of the woman power in general, influencing again why we have the saying gbogbo obìnrin làjẹ́, because Ọ̀ṣun lolórí àwọn àjẹ́, alábíamọ sì lọ́ṣun, gbogbo obìnrin tó bá ti ṣàbíamọ ó ti dàjẹ́. But that statement is generally seen as a controversial one because we have a very limited understanding of the concept of àjẹ́. This woman power is what is symbolized by Eye, the bird. In Yoruba spiritual world, there is something called the bird power, àṣẹ ẹlẹ́yẹ. This is the life force of birds. I have told you countless times that we Yoruba believe that everything created by Olodumare has its own àṣẹ. We as human beings also have our own àṣẹ. So when Iwure is done to us and then we say àṣẹ, we are stamping it by the life force, the power that is already resident in us. It may be similar on some grounds with the use of amen, but on so many levels, àṣẹ and amen or àmì are not the same things at all. I have talked about that one before and I shall be doing it again and again till it sticks to our consciousness. So the Eye has its own àṣẹ, the divine authority to make things happen by the advantage of téńté, by being above. Ẹyẹ máa ń lé téńté ni. The birds have the advantage of surviving on land and also in the air. Wọ́n ní àdàbà ọ̀nà ní àkùngbẹ́, pápánjó ẹyẹ oko fò lọ. Danger will not meet it trapped on land. Ẹyẹ has wings to fly away. Ifá ní erin jẹ́jẹ́jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò fọwọ́ kó aṣá. Ẹfọ̀n jẹ́jẹ́jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò fẹsẹ̀ bọ́ pòòlò. Ẹyẹ kéré ń fò lókè bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọn ò forí gbági. The àṣẹ of Ẹyẹ is what womanhood taps into and derives their power from, the power to achieve almost anything on earth. That is why the powerful mothers, the Àjẹ́, the Ìyàmís, they are called Ẹlẹ́yẹ. Àwọn tí wọ́n mọ orúkọ tẹ́yẹ ń jẹ́, wọ́n mọ àṣírí ẹyẹ. They have tapped into the àṣẹ of ẹyẹ, and so they can be represented by the image of the ẹyẹ. The Yoruba men understand this. In fact, the Iyamis are much feared by men. That is why it is mostly men who call the Aje Iyami, not even women. Yoruba men may be proud, but they know that nothing can be achieved by them if their women do not cooperate. They know, for instance, that if the women are against you as a king, your reign can never last. And if it lasts, rats will not sound like rats, and birds will not sound like birds. In fact, a former Oba of Ila-Orogun once said that without the mothers, I cannot rule. It is not a possibility to achieve anything when the women, especially the powerful women, are against you. So the wise thing for kings to do is to recognize the power of these women, is to pay homage to them, even on the very crown that they put on their own ori. And that is why every Adesembaye, especially the one worn by our Alaafin, Iku Baba Yeye, Oba Abimbola Akeem Owode the First, you find that every Adesembaye always have on them a cluster of birds. Àwọn baba wa fi eléyìí júbà àwọn ẹlẹ́yẹ ni. The world of the Aje is a very interesting one, but just like many other concepts in the Yoruba cosmology, it can be really complex. Aje is often mistranslated as witch, but we soon shall be correcting that with an etymological study of that very word. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi, mo júbà olókìkí òru, apanimawágún, ìyá kúkúrú rẹ́gìrẹ́gì, èyí tí ń lọ nígbà ọjà bá tú, ìyá mi òṣòròǹgà, arógbá aṣọ má balẹ̀. The Yoruba spiritual world is built on the balance of the masculine and feminine energies. We see this always. We see it in our Egungun society, in the understanding of the Ogboni, in Gelede, and even in our own ancient political systems. Have you ever paused to think on why the Alaafin is called Iku Baba Yeye? Iku Baba Yeye, death, father, mother. Exactly what does that mean? It doesn't make sense at face value, but that is also talking about the balance we are talking about, the balance of the feminine and masculine energies. Ṣùgbọ́n ó rinlẹ̀ jù báyẹn lọ. We will explore the depth of that title when we do a detailed study of the Gelede society and a breakdown of the Oriki of Aje. We also shall be seeing how Osun is linked with Ẹgbẹ́ àwọn Bọ̀rọ̀kìnní ọ̀run tí kìí jẹ́ kí tayé ó tẹ́. That said, there are many more very interesting things to come your way around these issues that we have raised. Very interesting subjects indeed. So please, support this channel by subscribing and also by sharing this video very aggressively so that it can reach more and more people. And as you do that, remain assured of the fact that indeed, wàá ṣeré.